This week, Ted Cruz joined the growing chorus of Republican voices trying to downplay the events of January 6th when he told the Huffington Post that what happened on January 6th, well, hell, those were just peaceful political supporters of a party that was no longer in power. Now, he did say that, sure, absolutely, we should criminally prosecute anyone who assaulted a police officer. But the rest of the folks, he said, the Biden administration's targeting and persecuting people for exercising political speech that is nonviolent and simply expressing their peaceful support for a political party different from that in power. That is not the purpose of our criminal justice system. What were you watching on January 6th, Ted? Where were you? I mean, I assume you were at work, right? So you knew what was happening. You were inside that building when these people stormed their way in, when they started breaking windows, when they started marching in, barging in, breaking stuff, stealing stuff, trespassing on federal property. You see, Ted, the people who were just outside, the people that were actually just there as a form of protest, those people are not being rounded up, okay? They're not being thrown in jail. And hell, even some of the people who, again, trespassed on federal property are getting off, as judges are telling us, way too lightly for what they actually did. Every single person that entered the Capitol building committed a crime by doing so. Again, trespassing on federal property, attempting to interrupt the activities, the constitutional duties of Congress. So you don't get to sit there and say that, oh, these poor people, they were just exercising their constitutional rights. The ones outside who weren't beating people up, who weren't inside the Capitol building, sure, that argument stands. But those are not the people getting arrested. So why has Ted Cruz decided to come out and say these disgusting things? The answer is very simple, folks, because Ted Cruz wants to be president. And Ted Cruz thinks that the only way he can become president is by pandering to the lowest of the low that the United States has to offer. And that's what he's doing here. He is trying to make sure he shores up that Trump base so that he can cruise to victory in 2024. That's what this is about. Ted Cruz forgets the fact that outside of that hardcore right-wing base, he is pretty much just as hated as Donald Trump. He is a slimy, disgusting little character that most Americans, including a lot of independents, simply can't stand. They've watched him go from the guy that stood up to Donald Trump and told people to vote their conscience at the 2016 convention to the sniveling little weasel pictured on the phone all sad at, the Trump place, like, will you vote for President Trump? We've seen who you are. And aside from the hardcore Trumpers, everybody else seems to despise it. So we're not going to buy into your ridiculous lies about what actually happened on January 6th. We saw it unfold on our TVs. You saw it from actually being inside the Capitol. You and your ilk know what happened that day. And any attempt to rewrite that history is going to be exposed as that January 6th Select Committee keeps on rolling. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.